We are definitely under a communist Marxist takeover. There's no doubt about that. It's clearly identifiable in so many ways once you understand the history. Now, we sent soldiers to Vietnam to stem the flow of communism through Southeast Asia because we didn't want it in our country. And yet we're voting for politicians who are communists now. Anthony Albanese is a communist. Gough Whitlam was a definite communist. You read the book by Trevor Loudon, Comrade Prime Minister, and we've interviewed him twice, and he's become a bit of a mate. And I'm going to interview him on a topic, enemies within the church, which is about communist infiltration of Christian churches, which is a really big thing. We are a communist Marxist country. The woke agenda is all about communist Marxism. Now, why? It's hard to imagine a bunch of Bolsheviks wanting to support anything like a woke agenda. Now, just go bear with me on this for a minute. So you can't imagine a bunch of Bolsheviks looking at someone who's transgender, a guy dressed as a woman, and supporting that ideology, but they do. And the reason they do it is to destabilize. So after the Cold War ended, it started in the mid-60s. The KGB set up a plan to keep the Cold War going. And their plan was to infiltrate Western culture and to manipulate it to the point that they could control it. Now, there's a guy called, I think he was Andrei Medvedev or someone like that. He was a KGB agent who defected to America. He was interviewed in 1986, and he outlined their plan beautifully. And it said, first you demoralize your enemy, then you destabilize him, and then you normalize that behavior in his culture. So he said, how we destabilize him, how we demoralize him for a start, is we infiltrate his media. We infiltrate in America's case, it was Hollywood, which they did. The communist takeover of Hollywood happened in 1948. And Ronald Reagan was one of the big brick walls against that. Ronald Reagan did so much good that we'll never understand. But he did so much to stem and destroy communism and bring down the Berlin Wall. But anyway, so they said, we infect the culture. How do we infect the culture? With the media, with the movie makers, with the entertainment industry. Then we infiltrate the universities. We put our operatives in the universities to infiltrate the thinking and indoctrinate the universities. And you look at our universities now. We destabilize the health of the nation. So, they were supporting things like McDonald's and fast food outlets to make Americans fat and lazy. The pharmaceutical industry, it's all tied into this agenda. And it's very, very clever. Now, this agent said that normally we allow 30 years to impact a country to the point where we've got it. But we managed to get America in 15 years. Wow. And we've done it now. So, first of all, you demoralize it. So you have... you support the pornography industry, you support transgenderism, risque entertainment, you bring sex into the living rooms of homes, alcohol, drugs, rock and roll, the whole box and dice. You bring a destabilizing, demoralizing influence into a country. You make them fat, dumb and lazy and bloated on entitlement. Then you normalize all that. So you will remember photographs of the 1960s where you never saw a fat person on a beach in Australia. Everyone was trim and fit. We had thick skins and thin wallets in those days. Now we've got thin skins and thin wallets. We've been indoctrinated to embrace this Marxist woke agenda by communists who've been playing this game for decades, and Anthony Albanese is one of them. Make no mistake. Gough Whitlam was a prime driver of that.